Flamingo chef, show us what you got with cocktails and dishes that hit the sweet spot.
Hey guys, Bill the Kansas Flamingo chef. Do you want to make a pork chop that your family will beg you to make again? That's the one I do. I'm going to show you how to do it. The secret to really good pork chops is one, good pork. So this piece of meat is locally sourced. And when I say locally sourced, it was grown less than 30 minutes from my house. This animal fed on local pasture and was butchered locally as well. This is tremendous grade A pork. The better quality meat you have, the better the outcome will be. You want a good solid fat strip. See that back strap there? That's where all your flavor comes from. This is a bone-in chop, but it's a very thin bone line. You can see where my thumb hits that. So you're not wasting all of that great meat potential. You're just getting the little marrow in there. Now I'm going to serve this with mashed potatoes that are boiling now. I'm also going to do a sauce made with fresh mushrooms and onion. We're going to grill this, but first we got to season it. Now I did a video not too long ago where I showed how I make mashed potatoes. If you haven't seen it, by all means watch it. It's not difficult. I happen to use white potatoes, half and half, and butter to boil them in. We're going to season this. I'm going to use two seasonings. I'm going to use both from Kinder's. This is their Brazilian steak seasoning and the blend. The only reason I'm doing it this way is to give it a little extra flavor underneath the sauce we're going to make. So I'm just going to lightly coat this with some Brazilian seasoning on both sides. Now, I know those of you thinking, well, that's probably hot. Brazilian seasoning is not hot. It's really, really good. Then on the other side, we're going to put, the other side, for the other seasoning, we're going to put a little salt, pepper, and garlic on there as well. Okay. Now, I have my pellet grill set at 250. We're going to put this on, put a probe into it, and cook it until it's about 145-ish. While I'm waiting for the grill to heat up, I've got some mushrooms here. You can see it's about 3/4 of a container. I'm going to rinse those in warm water. You can use these whole if you want to. I like them cut. You don't have, there's no science to this. They don't have to be perfect slices. I mean, it's better for presentation if you've got some good sized pieces. So that's probably good enough. This is just about a half of a white onion. All I'm going to do is just cut this into medium size chunks. Not really dicing it. We're just kind of chopping it up. Again, if you can always chop this finer if you want to. I like the presentation of some pieces of onion in my sauce. So to me, that's chopped enough. Okay, so our potatoes are almost done cooking. Now we're going to make our sauce. I'm going to start with 5 tablespoons of butter. I know it sounds like a lot. It's a little over half a stick, but I promise you, the more, the better. That's just going to go into a pan and let it start to melt down. As I melt this butter, I'm going to keep taking it off the heat because I don't want it to scorch. I just want it to turn into nice melted butter in the pan. When it's about 2/3 of the way done, I'll go ahead and put in my mushrooms and onions. And I'm also going to add some seasoning. In this case, I'm going to use a little bit of this Kinder's Cowboy butter. Now, if you'd like to use just salt, pepper, and garlic, or if you have a particular seasoning you like, it really doesn't matter. I'm just using about a tablespoon of that. If you want to use the same seasoning you're using on the pork, that's fine too. The idea here is to get these flavors to all combine. So that's working. I'm going to go ahead and put in my chopped up onions and mushrooms. And just kind of move them around in that butter a little bit. I'm going to reduce those in there. I'm also going to add a little bit of parsley of this, maybe half a teaspoon, and about the same amount of thyme. We'll just kind of flip those together and let them work down. Now I'm going to do something a little weird. This is heavy whipping cream. I'm going to add just a dash of it. That's probably about 2 ounces. At this point, work this all together. Turn your heat to medium low and just let these cook down. Don't do anything else to them for right now. They need to just work. In the meantime, your potatoes are probably about ready to take off. My grill is at 220. Now, I've set it for 250. I want it to continue to warm up, but now is a good time to go ahead and put the pork on and let it start cooking. I'm not going to set this in the hottest spot on the grill. I'm going to set it kind of off center and just let it do its thing. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put the probe in here to about the center of the cut so that I can check my temperature as we go. Once this gets up to temperature, in this case, 140 to 145 is about where you want pork to come off. We'll take it off. I'm going to flip it before that happens. And then by that time, our sauce will be ready. So I'm just turning off the KitchenAid, just to finish whipping the potatoes. You can see where the mushrooms are working down now, looking like a sauce, okay? So we need to make the base for this. So what I'm going to use is better than bouillon. Okay, very simple to do it this way. All you need is about 1 cup of water. And then to that, we'll add about a tablespoon of this better than bouillon and just mix that up thoroughly and then run it through a strainer straight into the pot. Now all we're going to do is just whisk this together. All right. Bring this heat back up to medium high and let it reduce all the way down. I'm steaming some broccoli back here, but I want you to see what happens. As that cooks down, it's forming almost a gravy, right? It's not quite as thick as gravy, but it's reducing, and that's exactly my plan. Now you can stop this at any point where it's the thickness you desire. For me, it's almost perfect. I'm gonna go ahead and shut my heat off. It's time to plate this up. Here is this beautiful pork chop. And we've got some mashed potatoes. I'm gonna just kind of rest that chop against the potatoes. And then we'll take our sauce that we made here and just kind of drizzle it right over the top and let the mushrooms fall where they will. Okay. And then last but not least, freshly steamed broccoli. And the finished product ready to serve. Man, if you can smell this, and hopefully you will, that is how you make a pork chop. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you're not already subscribed, please, 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 it's right there. All you got to do is click the little button. Like, share, subscribe, drop me a comment. The comments help the algorithm. If you have a question about something I've made in the past, something you'd like to see me make, whatever, you can comment right here on this video or email me, bill@kansasflamingochef.com. I look forward to seeing you next time. Eat fabulous.
In the heart of Kansas, under sky so clear, lives a chef with a flair, bringing folks some cheer. With a pinch of love and a dash of zest, he's the Kansas Flamingo, and his meals are the best.